Why was Super Saiyan 2 Gohan such a big deal? If you didn't watch Dragon Ball Z when it was first airing on Cartoon Network, there's a certain aspect that you likely won't understand. Even if you watched it more recently as a child or teenager, you'll only get part of the feeling. Those of us who came home from school to watch this week's new episode got crazy about the latest battle. We went to other tables in the cafeteria the next day to make sure someone else had seen the latest episode. Keep in mind, this was before Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Death Note, and other mainstream series, and largely before any serious public anime followings at all. It wasn't considered lame anymore or anything like that, but Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu-Gi-Oh! And other similar series were our weekly mainstays before Adult Swim ever aired a single episode of Cowboy Bebop or Inuyasha. And because it was before the advent of internet forums and way before mainstream meme culture. Do you even remember when memes were new and weird? Like when we didn't even know what the hell they were? Anyway, there was little to any primer on a series besides your friends. So when Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time, it was really the first time. When he was sick from that illness prior to the Android saga, we weren't woke enough to know he wouldn't really die for good. We actually cared when Krillin died. That is how fresh everything was. Also, because there was such a focus on the characters struggling to pull through, many of us connected with it because we were kids and teenagers ourselves. If we thought standing around screaming to raise our power levels would work, you bet your ass we would have done it. Ash may have had to wait for Pikachu to save the day. Yugi may have had to trust in the heart of the cards. But Goku just trained harder. Gohan got a mentor. Vegeta learned how to become a good person. Don't even get me started about that tearjerker. So, yes, we were kids, anime was new, no Saiyan memes, and it inspired us. Got it, move on. Well, that still doesn't quite cover the significance of Gohan being the one to go Super Saiyan 2 first, and at that time, the only one. Up to this point, the hero was Goku. Sometimes Vegeta, he was still kind of a dick at that point, and then maybe another currently important character like Trunks or Piccolo. But that's it. Gohan had headbutt tackled a few people, and though we may have wanted to be Goku or Vegeta, like it or not, Gohan, that pissed off boy that was never strong enough to actually defeat the main villain, yeah, that was you. We were all in Gohan's new badass cape when Goku took on Perfect Cell in their intense, prolonged battle. And then Goku gave up. What? Goku doesn't give up. Well, who's gonna fight him then? Vegeta? Nope. Trunks? Wrong again. Who then? The hell you say? We can't do that. Gohan freaked out, everyone did. Even Cell, the villain, was perturbed and wanted Goku to continue. But no, it's Gohan's turn. Fine. Let's watch this alien android murder our teenage stand-in. It's cool. And they were right. He was too weak. Even after Cell crapped out his juniors, who were somehow strong enough to lay into Vegeta and Goku, now Gohan was too weak to win, and his friends and family were getting hurt because of him. Oh, and then you know that peace, nature-loving android? He tried to sacrifice himself so that Gohan wouldn't have to do it, and instead ended up getting his head crushed. All because Gohan wasn't strong enough. This was like driving test levels of stress. We were already overwhelmed with school, parents, and not understanding chicks. But now, not even our anime sanctuary was sacred? That was when it happened. To everyone's surprise but Goku's, Gohan became the most powerful character on the show. We would talk to our friends about it the next day. About if we were in Dragon Ball, and you could be Goku and Vegeta, but you bet your 4-month straight romance I was going to be Gohan. Then he punched Cell hard enough to throw up that hot blonde chick 18. Oh, but that wasn't enough. He destroyed those Cell Juniors. It was brutal. But when Goku sacrificed himself to minimize the collateral damage of Cell's self-destruction, and then Cell came back in his somehow stronger perfect form and took out Gohan's one arm, there was no way that last Kamehameha was going to work. Even when Piccolo and the others tried to help, it made no difference. Our confidence and self-esteem had skyrocketed to the heavens, only to crash to Earth like the Apollo rocket. Sound familiar? It was one of the best summaries of the overall teenage experience for many of us. But then Vegeta launched his surprise attack, and we got that glimmer of hope, that one straight up fair chance to end it all. And we and Gohan did it. It was like this assurance that even if you lose the one who believes in you, even if you're hurt and on your last leg and don't believe in yourself, it'll still be alright if you just keep going. For a long time after that, as we waited what felt like an eternity for the next arc, that was the message we had. Just try your best, and somehow you'll become more amazing than you could have ever imagined. For a bunch of people who didn't even really know who we were, to have that kind of message come to us in that form, in my opinion, there is no Dragon Ball moment before or since that quite matched that emotional high peak. What did you think of when he went Super Saiyan 2? Does it really live up to the hype to you? And if you didn't see it back then, what impression did you end up getting? If you have any request for a narrative or editorial what if, just let me know in the comments below, and thank you for making history with me.